share a presentation. Let's see. Okay, thank you for having me here today. And my presentation today is Migrating Legislative Services to the Cloud. And in this presentation, I will tell you briefly how our cloud transition started. And I will give the basics of what we are doing, how we are doing it, and what is our goal. But let's get started. Our cloud transition journey hasn't been easy. Step by step, we started to climb since 2011, and our first proof of concept was implemented in 2016, more or less with the learning by doing method. As you might guess, some of them succeeded, and some of them could have been delivering better. However, this seemed to be us a kind of turning point. We started slowly to understand better what we should do and how. Then in 2020, we started using a hybrid cloud environment. We continued with AWS, and Azure came mainly to provide Office software as a service, and also a container service environment for the development of systems that we are not moving to the cloud. This way, we are able to use also foreign development teams because in most cases we cannot allow them in our on-premise test and production environments due to our regulations. Well, then during using two cloud platforms and because of some technical lifecycle issues and the pressure from national cloud transition recommendations, we started to plan what we could migrate and what would be smart to migrate for the cloud environment. What I want to do this afternoon is to tell you about our legislative migration vision to the cloud. So what we are doing is we will use more effectively the public legislative and other parliamentary information that our parliament is producing. We also open up this information through open data application programming interfaces, I mean like APIs, and focus on how we can share information in such an interesting and a versatile way that it reaches all audience groups and their special needs. At the same time, we will decentralize our data warehouses. Data processing will be one of our biggest challenges because the existing data structures were made only for the use of main systems, and now it should be made understandable and searchable for people, other systems and search engines as well. Technically, we consider that this is a very complicated project, but from the end user's point of view, we combine our Parliament's websites and the Open Data Service as one modern information sharing platform that will operate on cloud. The timetable for all this will be by the end of 2024. Next, I will tell you more why we are doing this. Well, there are practically four main reasons. Firstly, the public feedback. There are a public need for diversity of information services, and the use of open data application programming interfaces are not user-friendly, and unfortunately, I must agree with our users that they need to be redesigned. Also, the claim that our Parliament websites and the open data sites do not stand out enough as an individual services. Legislative information is not shared in an understandable and interesting way. The feedback also stated that we expect too much from understanding the legislative process itself and specialized terminology. Secondly, there are some technical reasons. The website platform we use is nearing the end of its life cycle, and in the cloud environment, there are more advanced and faster developing content management systems for internet use than on on-premise servers. Now, by combining systems such as the websites and open data sites and the search engine, which are closely related to each other in our case, and provide information from the same legislative sources. We think that this would create some synergy. We also must consider the different development possibilities, continuity management, and risks, because the investment in the cloud environment will be significant. I will move on the third reason, and I hope you are still with me. So third, we need to decentralize our data warehouses, and why not make full use of our valuable data at the same time? Our data needs defragmentation. There is a lot of technical debt. Part of it is because of lack of resources and lack of knowledge and skills. It will be important to find the right vendor who has ability not only build, but also to integrate and develop solutions. And the last reason, but not the least, there is the force majeure, the changes of EU directive and national cloud transition recommendations. We need to meet the open data demands. Keeping a cloud environment only for open data would have been too expensive to us, especially when our website also uses the same data and needs update. We came to the conclusion that by centralizing operations will be probably making some cost savings, and we would be able to keep the development budget at a reasonable level. But let's move on. This slide is the last topic I will fill you in today, and it's the most important one. So it is, what is our goal in all this? The goal is to share versatile information. This allows us to create web pages based directly on data, do targeted searches, share data through APIs, and do analytics and visualizations. And we hope that it opens up possibilities for us for the use of machine intelligence also. The use of our own data will become more diverse, and we become from data producers also more data users. Our data is available in many different formats, such as ready-made datasets for experts, and for example, as raw XML or JSON data for application developers, and also as user browsable data for average citizens. And in this case, we have an implementation with hopefully with a long technical life cycle, decentralized data, and the service that meets the requirements of the law and users. Moreover, we want to meet all our users in one modern cloud platform. I appreciate this opportunity to introduce our new project. And if you are wondering something in my presentation or you have some questions in mind, please do not hesitate to ask. I would be also happy to receive any ideas and learn from other similar projects. Thank you so much for your attention.